Hi, you're again with Volleyball Explained Olympics special for the second day of the Tokyo Olympics. Here, our co-host is Radoslav Arsov, the head coach of the French club Van Nancy. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much, Bogdan, for sharing this pleasure with you today.
Thank you again. And today is the first day of the women's tournament. And as a tradition from yesterday, actually, we are going to start with the results from this day. Firstly, we shall start, I believe, with the biggest surprise in the tournament even so far. China lost from Turkey 0-3. Actually, all the matches finished 3-0 today. Russia, Italy 0-3. USA beat Argentina. Serbia beat the Dominican Republic. Brazil beat Korea, and the host Japan beat the team of Kenya again 3-0. Let's start, of course, with the surprise. Amazingly, Turkey beat 3-0 one of the favorites, the team of China. But even more surprisingly, the first set was to 21. That's pretty much okay. But thereafter, two sets, they left the Chinese opponent only to 14 points. How can you comment this event today?
I do believe that for the first day of these Olympic Games is really big surprise. Or not, because China is one of the really favorite on these Olympic Games, but at the same time, Turkey play really very good modern volleyball in this tournament, and not only in VNL. We already saw it. What happening today for me was very nice, very good play by Chansu, the set of this team. She was really drive very good one more time by coach Giovanni Guidetti. For me, Turkey played very good in modern volleyball. For me, in 80% of what they are able to do on their level. And at the same time, China was really surprised by really stable game without big amplitudes from the Turkish team, and China was really surprised from that part. China was somehow in knockdown, let's say, because first set game was equal, but slowly Turkey start to lead. Turkey start to play really clear volleyball, stable, without not so much unforced errors. They really play a very good tactic game, serving almost all the time of the big star of the team, Zhu. And she was completely out of the offensive system, especially in attack. And they were working really good in the block defense and transition ball after that. Team spirit of Turkey was like always on time, on top level, leading by Giovanni one more time. And for me, Turkey did a great job, and China was really shocked about this situation. But Jenny Wang Ping tried during the game to change with some changing players from out, inside, turnover all the time. But unfortunately, nothing works for them. And during the game, Turkey was more confident and more confident. They never let China come back and find out their usual level. That means that Turkey start this tournament with big pretension about to qualify for semifinals, and after, why not to go in top 4. China we would like and will wait to see how they will start to prepare the second game, because as we said already, this group is really group of the dead, if we can say that. And after the results today, I think that one of the favorite teams can be out of the first 8 teams, and I want really to see how China will stand up and how they will react after this bad performance for the first game.
Yeah, let's mention that the second game of China is against the US team, which is, it could be a big problem for them, because if they lose also to the US team, they will be with two defeats out of 2 matches. So it will be a very hard start. But I have another question for Turkey. Who do you think is the most influential player in the Turkish team? Because with the exception of Karakurt, who scored 18 points. Then on the second and the third place in the team in terms of scoring were the 2 middle blockers, the captain Eda Erdem and Zahra Güneş with 13, respectively 11 points, and seven blocks altogether from both players. So I believe that Turkey played very good in blocking. So that was also a very important factor in this match.
I do believe that the force and the power of the Turkish team is the team. It's not individual players, but I do believe also that the biggest and the most important person in all this puzzle is Giovanni Guidetti. I think that Turkey has not this potential as the top teams, but the spirit of the Turkish team and especially the preparation of a tactic plan from Giovanni Guidetti, we saw today that they respect completely all tactic plan, and that's why they were so good in block. And I think that maybe we can say that Karakurt is the really barometer of this team. Why? Because Karakurt, if she's in the top shape in the day, it's the player that can make a difference. And I do believe that in Turkish team, the only player able to make a difference, but all depending of her shape, is Karakurt. Today, for me, she was really playing in top level, but all team of Turkey played really huge game as a team spirit and also as respecting of the tactic plan of Turkish staff, and especially of Giovanni Guidetti.
Let's move on to the second match, another match from this group between the teams of Russia and Italy. A win 3-0 for the Italian team. But what made me an impression in this match is that in comparison to other matches where Paulo Egonu received a lot of balls in attack, a great percentage of the balls, today there was a much even distribution from the setter Ofelia Malinov, and actually Egonu received the same amount of balls like Elena Pietrini, one of the outside hitters, 25 attacks, and the other outside hitter, Caterina Bosetti, received 19, which is not that less. How can you explain this, and do you think that this is a special tactical instruction from Davide Mazzanti?
For sure, Mazzanti prepare the game depending of what he has in his on his bench in starting line 6. But for sure, also he prepared depending of the team he was playing today against. Russia is one team with big amplitudes, more go up and down, and depending also in what day will be the starting 6 or team of Russia. I believe today Italia play for the first game really clear, also with a lot of respect for the tactic plan. Ofelia Malinov, really pity for me that is the Bulgarian, but she's playing for Italian team, but we know why. And we are happy for her, but at the same time, it's really a little bit pity that she's not in our national team, because we need a setter from in this level. But she, as you said, she did a great job today. She, with her distribution, she put all her attackers, all her players in the perfect conditions. starting with the middles, as you said. Also, the very, very important for me moment in this game is that coach, for the first time, he do include Petrini, which for me is the best outside hitter in Italian team in this moment. Is the only player that can be able to finish situation and clear situation in high ball. And we know that in modern volleyball, especially in the highest level, you cannot win the game if you don't have players able to clear situation in high ball. Until now, that was the case only about Paola Egono. But Paola Egono, we know that she has a big amplitudes that we saw today one more time. She's able to hit the ball in the first meter, as she said, and she's able to make a 5 or 6 unforced arrows in the row. So today the difference for me was really the very, very good game and play of Pietrini. She did a great job. In the same time, Italy played as a team one more time with very good tactic plan. We know that Italians are very good tactically, and they were preparing this game in perfect way. And the team of Italy respond in this tactic plan, and after that it's not really hard, because Russian team was total house. We saw one more time in previous podcast with Nikolai. We were discussing about this. They lose very important player because this Olympic Games. Kosheleva for me is the best player in this team. The most experienced team, the player that play in the highest level in different championships. And I don't like to comment my colleagues' coaches. But I believe that the coach of Russia is very good in analyzing games, because he is the scout. He's very good in tactic preparation, analyzing games. But I don't think so, and this is only my opinion, without judging anyone, is that the coach of Russia is really far from managing the team of Russia. Why I'm saying this? Because I believe with mentality of the Russian team, they need to be all the time of full rigor, disciplined, and whatever you want. And I see on VNL, and now on the first game, I see one team of Russia free, enjoying, laughing, which is not bad. But I don't believe that for Russia this is the best solution for their mentality, because we know how the Russian teams and Russian players are working. And for me, something really wrong there from this part. Also, we see that one young player, 17 years old, which is the most biggest talent in this moment, Fedorovtseva, she's playing now as a starting 6 player. But for me, it's good if you have a vision for the future, but to play with one player 17 years old, even she's the most potential player in this moment on the Olympic Games, is a little bit not serious. Russia, nothing surprised me, nothing new, no idea for me what is going on, no idea in the system, offensive, defensive, block defense, side out, volleyball from 20 years ago. Really easy to read and really easy to play against. So modern volleyball from Italia with a really good tactic plans, respected by all players, won this game today, and nothing surprised me about this score.
So if we assume that Argentina they lost to USA, and we are going to mention that just in several minutes. Do you think that Russia will be the other team to leave the championship before the Olympics, before the quarterfinals?
You know, I believe that Olympic tournament is something really different than the other tournaments. Everything can happen. But with what I saw today from the Russian team, I'm afraid that they will not be able as a team to move forward in the top four. I don't know. This is just the first really impression for what's happening today, what I saw. And I don't believe that this coach is able to lead because he has no experience as a main coach. For me, this is very important on the tournaments like Olympic Games and all tournaments on the top level. And I'm afraid that if Russia continue to play like this, they're really in dangerous situation to be out of the first 8 team. I hope no, because I really like the team of Russia. But without Kosheleva and with this coaching, for me, it is really big possibility that Russia is not going to play this role that we were expecting to.
Okay, I mentioned the US team against Argentina 3-0. I would say a routine match for the team of Karačkiraj, with Jordan Thompson scoring 65% efficiency in attack with 20 points altogether, which is pretty much impressive. And for Michel Barch-Hackley, 13 points. Do you think there is something in detail we can comment here? Because I believe really a routine match and nothing surprising.
As you said, absolutely routine match. Argentina is there only to participate. They have no volleyball arguments to play against the top teams. They have no players for this. They have no players on top level as there is in American team. American team really clear also game, really concentrate, focus as always, with the perfect work, perfect job in reception, very good distribution for both setters because they play with the both setters today. Outstanding opposite player Thompson today with a great job. And really fast game, normal and typical for American team. Concentrate from the beginning until the end. Logic score 3-0, no surprise, and even no fight from Argentinian team. So for me, we can pass on the next game because 3-0 for USA is the score that we're expecting.
Yeah, the US team is the team actually with the widest bench, because they have Porter, but they have Hancock, they have Thompson, and they have as a substitute opposite Andrea Drus. So it's really impressive. Serbia beat Dominican Republic. Yes.
Can we imagine to have on the bench Kim Hill, Drews, the other setter, and the middles? There is no comment. So.
And Carlini and Courtney even outside of the squad.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is they will be in the starting lineup of any other team, I believe, probably. Okay.
I think
maybe not any other team, but most of the teams.
I think USA team has a potential of the players to have like or at least 3 top teams in Olympic Games. So for every coach, is really a pleasure to have this kind of players. So I believe that Karačkiraj is enjoying this tournament with those players.
Yeah. Serbia, Dominican Republic, 3-0. Here we're going also to talk about the distribution, because Tijana Boskovic scored 28 points, which is pretty much phenomenal for a 3-set match. And she received 43 balls in attack. So actually the most famous, the most popular outside hitter and probably the best outside hitter of Serbia, Brankica Mihajlovic, didn't play, or didn't play a lot. So they played with Boskovic and Milenkovic, and they received only 11 balls, both of them 11. How do you think this is going to work against better teams? Because actually, is Serbia going to be too predictable in attack with Boskovic receiving so many balls in attack?
I think for the first game of the tournament, Serbia started really good. with very good level of the volleyball. Ognjenovic, for me, is one of the top three setters on this tournament. The advantage when you play with this kind of setter is that she know in every moment on which player she can trust, and in every moment which player needs help from her to be included into the team, to be able to give the best for the team. Serbia, for me, is one of the favorites of this tournament. Yes, maybe predictable with Jana Boskovic, but Tijana Boskovic is unstoppable. She is really that kind of player for me. For me, in this day, Tijana Boskovic is the best opposite in the world, because she's really stable. She's not really maybe so attractive and effective in what she's doing, but stability she's giving on the team is the most important, especially in hard situation. Serbia start to include one very interesting player, a young player, outside hitter. She was playing in Alba Blaž last season. I don't remember, Marinkovic, I think is her name. She's starting player from the beginning of the summer, and Zoran Terzic insists with this player, and I believe that this player has a big future in this composition of the Serbia. Brankica Mikalovic, I think that from last month she has some injury problem, and because of this, maybe Zoran Terzic give to her rest to be prepared for the most important games. But he has really good players on the position outside hitter, like Blagojevic, very good experience. One of the let's say workers, safe height workers on the court, which is really rare in the volleyball, in the modern black workers, let's say. He has Busha also on the court, very good middle, Rasic, one of the top players for me in this position. And they was really focused and concentrate also today. They was not in their top level, but they play like all top teams. They play enough to win this game with minimum effort, but the maximum efficiency. It's what they did today. Preparing next games, he also put almost all players, including Brankica Mihajlovic and the other middles. Only, I believe, Bjelica, the second opposite, didn't go in for this game. But also in the end, he gave this possibility of the second setter to feel this ambience on the court for the next games, because Zoran Terzic knows very well. He's old fox, if I can say like this. He knows that this kind of tournaments is really long, really hard, and he needs all players included in top shape. That's why he gives possibility to all players to feel this on the court today. Dominicana, for me, also very good top players, potential, but absolutely house on the court. No idea what is going on. Coaches was yelling almost all the time out from the court, but not helping all the players, changing really fast without idea. So for me, Dominicana is the team that doesn't deserve to make analysis about this. Serbia, with what we saw today, stays one of the top favorite for this competition.
Okay, in the penultimate match today, Japan, the host, beat Kenya 3-0. Very easy win, with the exception of the last set, which ended 25-23. And in the last match, Brazil won against Korea, of course, not Kenya. Kenya played against Japan. Korea played against Brazil. Very easy first set, 25-10. And thereafter, Korea played a bit better, but still Brazil won the next two sets, and with that also the match. So all of the matches 3-0, which is pretty much of a surprise that doesn't happen a lot of times, to have 6 matches and not even in a single one to have a fourth or even a fifth set. So this is it. Thank you for joining, for talking that extensively and in detail, analyzing what happened in the second day of the tournament and in the first day of the women's tournament. And I hope that we are going to have more interesting and also dramatic games in the next matches. Yeah, thank you again.
As you said, if you can resume all the things in the end, all favorites won today their games, no surprises. We can say only the big surprise, Turkey, China, but the other games finished with the scores that we were expecting to. So I'm really curious to see first of all reaction for the China for the second game, for the next games in the row, and to see if the favorites will keep this level from the beginning until the end. Thank you one more time for giving me this possibility to share this information and this analysis with you, with the supporters, the public that will watch this event tonight, and hope that we will see, as you said, more interesting games for the next days, and not 3-0 only every day or every match.
Okay, at the end, just to mention that in day 3, the following matches will be played. The first match at 9 a.m. local Tokyo time will be between the teams of Iran and Venezuela. Then the US team will play the Russian Olympic Committee, or just Russia. Poland will play Italy in the third match, France against Tunisia, Japan, the host, against Canada, and Brazil against Argentina. The South American derby will close day 3 in the Olympics volleyball tournament. So thank you again, and thanks also to the spectators for watching Volleyball Explained Olympics Special Day 2. And I hope that you're going also to do it the next time. Bye-bye, and
Bye.
Thank you again.
Bye from me. Thank you too.